Arkadaşlar selamlar. Kocamın tartısını bekliyoruz. Mikrofon olmadığı için biraz bağırmam lazımmış. Sıra geliyormuş şimdi, öyle söyledi. Geliyor, az kaldı dedi. İnşallah sıra gelir ve gideriz. Daha tartıyı verip veremeyeceğini bilmiyoruz ama tartıyı Romondino verememiş. Onun da kilosu fazlaymış, yani birçok lastikte böyle şeyler oluyor zaten. Çünkü çok erken saatte tartıları vardı. Öyle olduğu için de 11'e kadar vakit vereceklermiş. Yani artık 1 saat, 1,5 saat daha vereceklermiş demektir bu. O arada artık su atıcı mı alıyorsunuz? Artık lavman mı yapıyorsunuz? Ne yapıyorsanız yapın demek istiyorlar. Kilolarını tutturup geri gelecekler muhtemelen. Odağımız tabii onun kilosunu tutturabilmesi. Bende her şey yolunda. Zaten yarış sabah 4 yazıyor. Ama tartı akşam oldu.
Yes.
Hallettim. Mert abi aldı. Madalya da aldı. Sizlerine gerek kalmadı.
Vallahi helal olsun. Tebrikler.
227 değiliz. 227
Tam sınır mı oluyor?
Kaç lira? 0.9 100 gram
Aa, süper.
0.9 aynen.
Tam sınırda
Oha çok
gelmiş.
iyi. Helal olsun.
Kanka ben savunma planı yaptım. Baktım 1 saatimiz var. Dedim kiloma bakmadan gitmeyeceğim.
En iyisini yaptın.
İyi
İkisini de almadın mı?
vermişsin.
Süper. Var ya Allah.
Aynen.
Tamam.
3 gündür su atıcıydı. Kilom 1 kilo fazla geldi. 1 saat savunmada 15 dakikada hallederim dedim kiloyu. Burada kiloma bakayım derken
Otururken kilo vermişsin
Süper.
sen.
Michael 3,5 kilo vermesi lazım.
O da-
Söğüsmüşler.
Sen şaka.
Yok double.
Double mı?
7 LBS fazlası varmış.
O yüzden moralim bozuk.
Çok fazla gelmiş o da.
Bu boyun sabitlenmesi lazım bence artık.
Mümkün değil yapmıyorlar. Sorduk onu içeriden sonra sabitleyeceklerini falan söylemişler. Keşke olsa benim de işim.
Evet abi sen kilonu yapar geçersiniz. Olimpiyat seviyesinde de strese girmemek lazım böyle.
Dışarıda nasıl stres herkes biliyor musun?
Tamam, biz şimdi çıktık.
Michael ne yapsın 2 saatte 7 LBS nasıl?
Orada bozuyor.
Onun stresi.
Geliyoruz o tarafa doğru.
Valla tebrik ederim Mustafa. Siz gidin dinlenin. Ben Özo'yu beklerim şurada. Memo da orada zaten.
Saatimize var diye mi gelmiyor?
Özcan zaten tartısının bir şeyi yok ki. 1 kilo bir şey yok. 3 kilo altında zaten.
Arkadaşlar evdeyiz. Çok şükür tartıyı hallettik. Biraz sıkıntılı oldu. Biraz yüksek kiloyla gittim oraya ama ben de orada beklerken bir iki kere daha tuvalete çıktım. Bir de beklemedeyken bir kilo fazlamız vardı, onu verdik. Çok şükür tartı kayıt halloldu. Şimdi yüklemeye başlayacağım. Bir an önce eve geldik, o yüzden Gülşah'ın acil çıkması gerekiyor. Onun kendi check-in'leri ve meet'leri var, buluşmaları var. Oraya gidecekler. Ben evdeyim. Kiko ile Gülşah ayrılıyor. Bir an önce öğün yapmam lazım ve su içmem lazım. Gözlerimin feri akıyor ya, çok. Şu tartı işi çok önemliydi. Dün geceden beri nelerle uğraştım. Çok şükür hallettik. Şimdi işin ikinci kısmındayız. İkinci kısmı. Evet, birinci adım tamam. Şimdi yüklemeye devam edelim. Yavaş yavaş yükleme yaparken de video çekeceğim. Birazdan görüşürüz arkadaşlar.
Yok kanka yok, bitti. Ama gerçekten bir şey gömülmeli ya. O kadar lezzetli ki. Özellikle Las Vegas diye bir suşisi var.
Ya, inşallah gideriz.
Aynen,
Hatta bütün Türkler çıkınca bir şey yiyelim ya.
keşke abi, keşke
Hep
ya.
beraber çok güzel olmaz mı ya?
Olur abi. Ya sana da geliyordur. Sürekli...
Buralardayız, haberleşiriz.
Tamam kardeşim benim.
Görüşürüz.
Senin de cumartesi değil mi?
Evet. Sabah 8.
Ha, 9.30'da benim. Tamam.
Orada olacaksın zaten. Hangi saatte orada?
Bir şey olursa paslaşalım. Tamam. Baran görüşürüz kardeşim.
Arkadaşlar, açık bundan açık. Evdeyiz. Yorucu bir gün oldu. Şeker seviyem yüksek. Çok şükür. Enerjim iyi. Adelem dolmaya başladı. Yarın biraz daha yüklemeyi yavaşlatacağız. Bugün yüklemeyi yaklaşık 900 gram civarında karbonhidrat tuttuk. Tanışma partisindeydik. Güzel zaman geçirdik. Eğlenceliydi. Haricinde şimdi eve geldik. Tüyleri alacağız. Ve bir an önce uyumamız lazım. Yarına güzel bir gün başlangıcı olacak. Yükleme devam edecek. Kardiyo ve hafif pump antrenmanı var. Güzel bir gündü. Bizim için de bir ilk. Çok heyecanlıydık. Çok güzel duygularla geçen bir gün oldu. Hem tartı kayıt, stres, heyecan. Kiloyu zor tutturduk. Sonra akşam tanışma partisi derken güzel. Gayet keyifli ve eğlenceli geçen zamanlara geldik diyebilirim. Haricinde aşırı yorulduk. Şimdi bir saat kadar da tüyleri almayla uğraşırız. Gülşah'ın bir kat boyası var. Onu yapacağız. Ve yatıp dinleneceğiz. Bugünlük bizden bu kadar. Bizi izlediğiniz için teşekkür ederiz. Destekleriniz, mesajlarınız için teşekkür ederiz. Bize dua etmeye devam edin. Görüşmek üzere. Hayırlı akşamlar.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Las Vegas and Resorts World for the official start of Joe Waiters Olympia Fitness and Performance Weekend. And now, please welcome to the stage the voice of the Olympia, celebrating his 20th year as MC of the Olympia. He is the voice of bodybuilding, Bob Chicarillo.
All right, Las Vegas. What's up, everybody? Oh, what kind of lame-ass introduction is that? What's up, Vegas?
Hello.
It is Olympia time once again, everybody. Joe Weider's 61st edition. And we are here in Vegas. I want to give a special welcome to all the pay-per-view audience from around the world tuning in here today. But of course, our live audience is always what matters most because you people are the true fans of bodybuilding. You are here and Olympia history will be made once again. Never know who's going to pop out from that back right there.
What? Check this out, right?
So give it up for the champ at 7-time Mr. Olympia, Phil He. Now, everybody, what's up, guys? Another 7-time Olympia champ, Flex Lewis. Man, I miss saying that on stage.
No, I know.
Who's coming out? Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, he is your 6-time Olympia champion, Chris Bumstead. How about this for an Olympia lineup? Chris, you just were on the stage competing last year.
Yeah, it's weird being up here. A little more body fat, a little less muscle.
Some
a lot
clothes.
more clothes. A lot more clothes for sure, but it's fun to be back here this year for sure. I'm grateful.
Well, listen, we did the Sunday seminar last year, and you promised right here on this stage last year that you were retiring from competing, but not from the sport itself, and you would be integral in this year's events. So we appreciate you coming out. And I know you got a few tricks coming up for this year in that classic division.
For sure, yeah. They're not my tricks. The guys out here, they earned everything that they're getting. So I'm super excited to see who can take that crown after my retirement.
Well, if you guys got a few minutes, why don't you join me here on our Olympia stage? I'm going to take a seat over here.
I'm going to sit way over there. I want to sit next
Rare
to
that we
this
get a
damn sand
chance
down.
to.
That's what
We got some
Yeah,
microphones.
you know what I'm saying?
Man, why am I way over here? I'm like way off the grid.
Oh,
Phil, you're looking for number 8 there, I think, buddy.
No. We ain't doing all that, but arms ain't going nowhere. But
I don't know, man. Those arms look pretty good to me, champ, and I see you eyeing that thing.
Yeah.
8's a nice little display on the mantle, isn't it?
You know, I came, I saw, I conquered. I was very, very fortunate to be able to compete at a very high level for all those years. A lot of trials and tribulations, obviously, but, you know, I made it out, and I made it out alive and well. I'm just very blessed to be here with all of you guys.
Like, what did the Olympia mean to you, and did it change from the time that you started and got your first Olympia to the time that you tied Arnold's record at number 7?
You know, I got into the sport October 8th of 2002. Never in my wildest dreams did I ever think I was going to be on the Olympic stage, let alone walking away with a Sandow. What it's done for me is allowed me an opportunity to find out who I really am, not just as a bodybuilder, but as a man. And, you know, through the grace of God, I was able to, you know, find a lot of, you know, different pathways through all the trials and tribulations that I went through. But most importantly, being able to focus on my body of work, be able to challenge myself, push my limits, meet people from all over the world, being able to inspire different people. You know, when we come to this place in Las Vegas to compete, we get to meet a lot of people. And I know a lot of these athletes get to meet a lot of you, especially after I meet the Olympians. But for me, it was always just about that true, honest, vulnerable connection. And through that body of work, I just really was feeling like expectations being very, very high, but also understanding what defeat felt like as well. And then realizing that I'm only one rep, one set, one more meal away from getting to my goal. And through all of it, I just can't say it enough. I'm just so thankful, so grateful for the Mr. Olympia contest, because it is and forever will be the greatest bodybuilding show on the planet.
And at 15 years old, I got into the gym, started building up my left arm, and it all led to me to where I am today. And now to look back on the journey, on the path, that was a different guy. That was a focused, forward guy. But I've never forgotten where I've come from. Hence, you know, 20 years in America with this accent is very prideful. And that title is more prideful than anything else. I spoke, I walked, and I talked long before I ever had the official title as a champion. Again, having the opportunity to go around the world through the IFBB as that spokesperson, I've been able to, you know, go to countries I'd never imagined. Talk to fans to encourage them to take the leap, to get on a plane, to compete, to do whatever. And now, full circle, some of these people have got them testimonies that they tell me about them conversations. And suffice to say, all the way up to this day today, you know, people walking through my gym that have jumped on a plane for the first time coming to the United States and walking through the doors literally crying. So again, I think that is the impact, and for me, it's all about the legacy, and that 212 class was my legacy. I got full aspirations to go up into the open class, but, you know, God has a plan, and I was able to retire undefeated, 21 pro shows, not lost a point in any show I ever done, and I think that was a good little part of my career. So it was, yeah.
All right, Chris Bumstead. Chris, well, congratulations on an outstanding career, obviously, but you dabbled in the open. You always said for years, I'm going to do one open show when I get done, and just to do it, kind of see where it goes. But I'm pretty much good here with my six Olympia titles. But what did this title mean to you? From day one, you kind of emerged yourself as a superstar fairly early on, but your popularity just went through the roof. You have more followers on all the social media aspects than all the Olympians combined. So how does it feel, though, for somebody like yourself who came up in this business, came into the IFBB Pro League, and you kind of all of a sudden felt yourself as this world-renowned influencer, and I use that term because you are the very essence of an influence, but what does that do here? What does that do to your heart to know that you are so beloved by people all over the world?
Really tough question to hit me with a hard question to start. It's hard to explain what all that means to me. You know, I never, ever expected the impact that would have came from this, either on my own life or the life of others. I think coming out of bodybuilding into retirement now, I think what I learned from the people who have done it right is they learned that from their journey it was about the man that they became along the way, more so than just about the journey. And, you know, I always haven't wanted to always be someone who preached too much. I wanted to just take action and do something. And over time, I realized that action was what was having an impact on others. And I feel like the impact bodybuilding had on my life was it was like a young kid who was lost and had no idea what he was doing. And through the circumstance of so many things out of your control, bodybuilding gives you something that is very in your control. You're putting in food into your mouth, you're training, you're sleeping, you're recovering. You find like a path to move forward, even if you don't know where you're going, at least you have a direction. And then you work really hard at that, and through that you find meaning and purpose. And I think through doing that and sharing my story, the impact I never imagined I would have had was now retiring and taking off the selfish lens of my own career and hearing from others. The amount of times people are like, I felt lost in my life and I didn't know what to do, but seeing the passion and the drive you put into something and what you made from that, whether or not you knew it was going to come from the beginning, but just deciding to work your ass off on something and improve. You know, a lot of young men, I usually say young men because that's who I speak to more often, but young people feel very lost. And in taking control of the small things you can take control of, you find meaning, you find purpose, you create direction. And the Olympia gave me a stage to do that, to share, to have millions of people to follow me. And I feel like in one side of the coin, I'm probably the worst person to have that. Because, like, I still get anxious when people look at me. It's like I don't want the attention. I kind of want to be in the background. But I also think it allowed me just to be myself and for people to appreciate me taking a journey for myself and sharing what I was learning about myself along the way so that they can take that and learn what they need to about themselves. So it's been a hell of a journey, and I'm just super grateful I had that experience, and I found bodybuilding, and I had the Olympia stage to do it, because there's no greater gift than having a purpose where you can work every single day as hard as you can to be the best possible version of yourself in. Not many people get that gift, and I'm just super grateful.
And I'm sure you've got some right advices to give to our 4 Olympia champs out here. What would that be, Chris?
Guys are already Olympia champs. They don't need advice from me. They know exactly what they're doing. They're locked in. They're ready to go. But I'm grateful to be here. I appreciate you guys listening to us on stage. But this weekend is about these competitors. So I hope you guys enjoy the show. And please give the honor of the next Classic League champion everything you gave me, because I'm forever grateful.
Give it up for 3 of the best of all time. Chris Bumstead, Bill Heath, and Flex Lewis. Sampson, how's it been being the champ all year? You've been an active champion. You weren't a guy that's just making appearances and out there waving the hand. You actually put the title up for grabs and said, I'm happy to do it.
Hell, you know, I've always said, you know what, I march to the beat of my own drum, and I like to do things my way. You know, it's a privilege to be in this position, and bodybuilding is...
You know, obviously, I didn't present the physique that I wanted to at 100% at last year's Olympia, and so I wanted to go right back to work, man, and I wanted to show up, you know, against the reigning champion, and I wanted to prove that, you know, my best is the best in the world, and so I want to do that right away at the beginning of the year at the Arnold Classic, and then with the Pittsburgh Pro, with it being a legacy show, I want to be the first ever Pittsburgh Pro champion. And I realized, hey, you know, winning those 2 and then getting your title back at Mr. Olympia, winning all 3 of those biggest shows of the year is really something special. So, hey, I said, let's go for it.
All right, Derek looking for that triple crown, the Arnold, the Pittsburgh, and now the Olympia. We're going to turn our attention to Hadi Chupan. So first and foremost, Hadi, I got to say thank you. Because I go all over the world for various companies that I'm with, and everywhere I go, every fan from Iran comes up and says, say it, say it, say it. And I say, what do you want me to say? And they say the name. They love when I say, Hadi Chupan.
خب اول سلام عرض کنم خدمت همه عزیزانی که اینجا هستن و خوشحالم که باز اینجا میبینمتون.
For all fan and audience to be here, and I want to say this year I brought my best version, and I think I'll be the last one who will leave this stage.
But still a former Olympia champion, and people got to take you seriously because you've got that title. But you're in your, how many years is this now for you, Brandon?
13
years. Let me tell you, I don't know if people can really realize how hard it is to be on top, and you've been in the mix, you know, much less an Olympia title. You've been in the mix every year pretty much for those 13 years, for the over a decade. That's to be marveled at, because there's not a lot of people doing that. You and I think Bonac are probably the 2 guys, you know, that's still representing. But Every year we had the same conversation, Brandon, but every year we get a little bit older, a little bit wiser, and probably a little bit tougher. How much gas do you have in the tank still, champ?
Good question. The way the body is responding this prep, it's looking good. I mean, it's looking like got some good gas in the tank. We just want to capitalize. We came in last year. We didn't peak correctly. So we decided to do Arnold, change some things up, got with Justin Harris, prepping in the United States, and we brought a good package to the Arnold. And I think from talking to my coach that we can bring an even better package into the Olympia. And if that's the case, I think it'll be pretty competitive, and I'll give the judges maybe a hard time trying to figure out what they're going to do with me on stage. So that's my goal. That's why I'm here, as well as to enjoy this stage with my comrades here. Much respect to all you guys. And, of course, the fans. We couldn't be here without you. And I love every single one of you guys. Thank you for the encouragement all these years. And, I'm willing to just take pictures of whatever you guys need to do because I appreciate you guys to the utmost.
Brandon, we appreciate you, like I said, because there ain't a whole lot of you guys left that have been here for that amount of time. But can you take on these young cats? Can you still get one more title in there?
You know what? I believe that, yeah, that's the case. I still have all the tools that made me a champion. It's just the consistency that I needed to continue to be a champion. And I think we got some consistency in this preparation compared to my last with some slight improvement. So, I'm going to be dangerous up there. I'm not going to be the guy that hopefully that you could just say, oh, I'm going to be like, whoa, okay.
How do you feel, and what's your mindset like right now, having all this hype going into the show, sitting next to these guys that you probably looked up to years ago?
Honestly, I feel where I belong to not right now, because making weight for me past years was a hell for the whole year. We just talked about it backstage. And yeah, sitting next to those guys here, which I looked up to and which I followed over the past years, which helped me to grow, is just unbelievable for me and makes me hella excited. I'm loving bodybuilding, such as in my beginning years, where I met you, for example, and I really have my fire back inside my soul, and the future is definitely bright, and I'm happy to bring something special to the Open and close the gap between Classic and Open, and also show maybe for all the upcoming younger guys in the Classic that there is a possibility also to grow yourself into the Open division, and it's going to be a great weekend.
You beat Nick Walker?
It's called an open bodybuilding show. It's open for everyone, and it's man versus man, blood versus blood. So yeah.
Nick, you beat the big man and everybody else in this. I see you eyeing that Sandow right there. It looks nice, doesn't it?
Beautiful.
Be a little bit better on your mantle, wouldn't it?
Right above my TV in my room,
All right, give me the final call on this one, Nick. Where are you going to end up placing, bro? Will I be announcing you in first, top 5, or top 8?
Nick Walker will be Mr. Olympia Saturday night.
All right, you heard it here. Give it up for our champs, folks. These are your top contenders for the 2025 Mr. Olympia.
How do you feel about it today?
Well, there was a lot of pressure, but this is what my team and me is handling all the time since years. And we faced the problems, we made it happen, we made weight, and now it's time for Saturday.
Ask Mike for the audience, because people don't know. How much did you weigh in this morning? How much did he weigh in at? And what was his weight this morning?
What was your weight, Mike?
So we managed to go down more than 14 pounds in a few days to make weight 204 this morning in order to make the weight to compete on Saturday. But I can tell you for fact, I'm going to be 5'9" next show.
You know what? We all reach great heights here at the Olympia, folks. That's for sure. Ramon Dino, you're one of those names that's been kicked around. As Chris Bumstead has retired, he left the door wide open with Mike, yourself, and some of the other great contenders like Logan Franklin and some of the other guys that we're going to see. Matt Grego, you got a stacked lineup for sure. What are your chances, and what improvements did you have to make that you can be the Olympia champion this year?
Qual que foi as melhoras que você fez e quais você acham que são suas chances para este Olímpia?
Eu posso falar em português mesmo?
Pode, eu traduzo.
As melhoras foi nos pontos que a arbitragem tinha pedido ano passado. As poses também a gente trabalhou elas para se manter fixas no palco, de todo um conjunto melhorado e uma postura diferente também no palco.
He said one of the priorities was the poses. He felt like he was shaking too much the previous years. This year he's posing a lot better. Also, he paid attention to his posing routine, and he thinks physically his entire physique has been modified for 2025.
All right, can't wait to see that.
To be really honest here, nobody ever will fill Chris' shoes. It's just not possible because nobody else is Chris Bumstead. And I treat Chris as somebody like Arnold Schwarzenegger. He opened different countries, different continents. Chris and Arnold and many other bodybuilders such as Phil Heath, all these really incredible, successful guys, they opened so many doors worldwide. And I experienced that when I was traveling the last 4 years. It didn't matter where I go. It didn't matter what country I visited. I was always welcome because I shared the dedication, the love, the vibe of bodybuilding. And this is what Chris, Arnold, and all the guys before us did. And this is what the IFBB Pro League does worldwide, to build a community, a connection between bodybuilders. So, in other words, there's no Chris Bumstead 2.0, but I will do my best to connect bodybuilding around the world and bring people together and do the same thing as good as possible.
Thank you, Mike. Ali Bilal, Olympia champ, Olympia champ, Olympia champ, Olympia champ. You're the new guy here. Got an Arnold Classic under your belt. That's cool. 2. Thanks for the correction. But people only count Olympias when it comes to history and bodybuilding. Can you beat this incredible lineup of Olympians?
So when you say Olympia champion, Olympia champion, Olympia champion, when Ryan was competing, I was still in Afghanistan, you know. When these guys were winning titles, I was a kid. And you can see, you know, they lost their hair in the meantime, and, you know, they got old, all of them. I'm just a new kid, man. I just started like 3 years ago. It's my 3rd year. I'm going to win Olympia title, Olympia title, Olympia title. I'm going to win 4, 5, 6. I have time. They don't have time. Even if I don't win it this year, I don't win it next year, I'm going to win it the 3rd year, the 4th year, the 5th year. I have time. They don't have that much time, I think.
Sounds like your time is limited, Brandon.
I feel like I'm just getting started. Yeah, I know, right? I'm still here. I was here 10 years ago at the Olympia, and I'm still here to this day.
We're going to do something we don't normally. I'm going to put you in the judge's seat, actually. Give me a critique on Ali Bilal. He's a young up-and-comer. Like you said, he's just a baby of this group. Where do you give his chances in this crew?
As far as placing?
Sure.
Not next to me.
I mean, that could be good or bad, right? So, here we go.
You're scared,
sure
bro.
You have.
You're scared.
If anybody wants to show anything on this stage, feel free.
I gotta teach you how to be humble. I gotta teach you how to be humble.
Well, I'm going to say
you don't
this.
have the attitude.
It worked for Samson Dowda last year. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm not afraid of nothing.
Samson was the only guy to take his shirt off, hit a shot right here, and he's the guy who won the show. Just saying. Just saying. Oh, there we go. What do you think about the young lion here, huh? All right. What do you think, Brandon? You've hit what, 3 of these things, right?
They need to get ready. They're still at 85%.
This guy's a joke, bro. He's doing this because he needs.
Come on, we are entertaining.
He needs the validation
business.
from the
what
people.
Do you expect?
He needs the validation from the people.
One at a time. Go ahead, Brandon.
He needs the validation from the people. That's why he acts out like this. I'll show you how to be a humble champion.
All right. Well, hang on a second.
Don't touch me.
Hang on.
Don't touch me.
I got to get Aaron involved in this one. Hang on. You
don't
said
touch
you
me, okay? respect that.
No touching here. No elbows. Where's Big Steve when I need him? No elbows, guys. No elbows. Aaron Banks, you're the big man of this
How you
group.
doing, Bob?
All right? You're kind of like the Samson or the Andrew Jack of the men's physique division. But you got to get yourself back into that position again. An outstanding lineup here. What do you think about the young man right here?
I mean, he believes in himself, and he talks confident. That was one thing that I did in my beginning of my career. But I also seen how that kind of did for my career as well. So, you know, he'll figure his way out in his lane and learn like I did. But he outside of the stage, I mean, he's a pretty cool cat, you know what I mean? And, you know, he does what he does with his businesses and stuff. But besides that, man, I guess I'm not going to give any predictions or placings on where he's going to be.
Linda Murray, a lot of testosterone going on up here, a lot of bravado.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys on stage, really, truly. I see the maturity, and I understand exactly what Brandon is saying and what Aaron is saying, what Jeremy is saying, what Ryan is saying. And we've had this conversation. I'm looking forward, really. I mean, based on what we've seen tonight, you guys are really bringing the heat, just like the figure division brought the heat. And they say that men's physique, like, that you're not going to bring it, but I see a lot here. So I'm looking forward to seeing
these guys are bringing it, that's
I got to
for sure.
see what you're going to bring. I got to see it. I know you're going to bring it.
Well, Jeremy, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that Ali and his bravado and, you know, his confidence and all that, it reminds me a lot of you from 10 years ago. Do you see some of yourself in Ali from that game? And what advices would you give Ali as now you're the veteran, you're a father now, like you said, you've kind of matured a lot as a man, as a professional. What advice would you give young Ali here?
Well, Bob, I was also doing that stuff at 24, 25, and 26 years old. So, you know, my advice for Ali is I admire the confidence, man. That's what it takes to become a champion, absolutely. But humility is going to go a long way in this sport. Relationships are very important in this industry. And as you move throughout your career, making sure that you are aligning with and making sure yourself is loved within the sport, because at the end of the day, the fans and the people around you, this industry is what's going to make you or break you. So if you do want to have that continued success, make sure you understand, you know, carrying yourself with dignity and pride, but also respecting those around you.
Thank you.
And I wish you luck. I genuinely do. You've had a lot of
Thank
success,
you.
my man, and I believe that you have a bright future ahead, and, you know, you're a very worthy competitor. But up here, this is the best you're going to see, and we're all bringing it.
Oh, thank you, bro. I came backstage to you, to Aaron after the Arnolds, went to Ryan. I admire all of you, man. I look up to all of you. I even took a picture with you backstage. I look up to all of you. And I think, you know, for me, I never disrespected anyone. I only said, I'm the best. I'm going to bring my best to myself, right? Because this is how it works for me. When I say it out loud, I get the extra pressure and I work hard. You know, it brings the extra pressure on me, and, you know, I want to win. And I'm here, I've worked so hard to win this one. And if I don't win, I don't win. I will win it next year. But I will never disrespect any athlete, if it's an amateur, pro, whatever division it is. You know, I respect everyone, and I've always said, I'm going to win. That doesn't mean that I take anything away from anyone else. You can also say you're going to win. Anyone can say they're going to win. But, you know, at the end of the day, this is a competitive sport. You can't expect to come at the, you know, to the Olympia and get a check of like thousands of dollars and not expect that anyone is going to try to take it from you. There's going to be a lot of people that they want to take the title from you, the money from you, because otherwise it'd be a very easy title, and, you know, you need to go work, like, defend your title, and there's going to be a lot of talk and a lot of people that they want to work, like, take what you have, right? So this is what it takes, and I think I'm going to have the same if I win one day a title.
It comes with the territory. If anybody understands scrutiny, it's I do. So it's going to come with the territory. But like I said, it's just about delivery, and like I said, you said that you didn't disrespect anybody, and maybe you may not have felt that way, but the way you might have delivered it or whether you have said it, like telling Ryan that you're going to retire him. That's not up to you.
No, of course not, bro.
That's what I'm talking about, is the delivery and, you know, how you speak to other people.
Nobody retires Ryan Terry except for Ryan Terry. I can tell you that right now. Because he's looking for three-time champion. Tarek Elgindi, last question from the panel.
So, Ryan, you know, you have Jeremy Buendia. He was a revolution on the sport. Brandon, he has tremendous legacy. But it's your time right now to establish your legacy. How many more titles do you foresee in the future? And do you foresee, I mean, Ali Bilal has you guys retiring next year. How many more titles do you see yourself winning? Are you after Jeremy Buendia's 4 titles?
Yeah, 100%. So I've always said I want to go down in history. When I retire, I want it to be, it sounds, I don't know, what's the word, cocky way you say I want to be the greatest ever. Only because I want to go down as 5 times, 6 times, on my terms, when I'm ready. And this prep, having the heat from all of these guys, knowing how good they are, has kick-started something as if I'm just starting my career again. This prep has been absolutely unbelievable, and I cannot wait to show you what I'm bringing to stage on Saturday. It's the best I've ever looked, it's the best I've ever felt, and yeah, God willing, I'm going to be taking Jeremy's 4 times next year, and so on after that, definitely. Thanks,
all right,
guys.
Linda Murray, last question for
Thank you.
Well, no question, just the fact that I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys. I'm looking forward to seeing you on stage, really, especially
Thank
after
you, guys. Appreciate you all. Thank you.
All right, you
Thank
got
you,
it.
guys.
Give it up for the champs, folks. We'll see these guys battling it out. See if anybody can take out Ryan, or will we see a new champion?